All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Thor News pre-hurricane season fundraiser continues, and every single dollar totally helps, especially right before rent is due. So if you'd like to contribute, I got a PayPal, a Venmo. That the information is in the information box of this video, and any help would be greatly appreciated. And anyone who's contributed, thank you. And anyone who's watching, thank you. All right, what are we talking about today? We're talking about hurricane season as the GFS continues to draw up a hurricane in the Gulf around the 10th of June. All right, oh wow. Did you see that? If this verified, 276 hours from now, this would be a major hurricane causing problems for Louisiana, Alabama, and parts of Florida around June 10th. But this thing could totally vanish, or we could totally have a hurricane 10 days from now. What is it going to be? Nobody knows right now. It's best to stay aware, play defense, and stay cool. All right. When the sun acts weird, Earth weather acts weird, and people kind of lose their minds. And yep, the sun has finally woken up again and realized it is still solar maximum. And I'm guessing we could see a new peak when Jupiter enters tropical Cancer on the 9th, around the same time of the hurricane we're possibly tracking. But it's definitely waking up now. And so, yeah, get ready for more wild, severe weather. And speaking of that, we've had a tornado on the ground northwest of Perryville, Kentucky, and we have had some nasty flash flooding continuing in San Antonio, Texas, with multiple people stranded, motorists, and rescues ongoing. And we've got an area to watch for wild and severe weather today in the southeast of the United States of America. So if you're down there, please stay aware. And I hope everybody's going to have a super duper fantastic Friday, end of May Day 2025. And I hope we have an incredible June. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's some nasty flooding going on down in Texas. It looks like there might even be some hail chunks as well in East Texas. Sidebar, apparently there's a cryptocurrency convention going on this weekend, or right? And they have conventions a lot. My question is, other than people telling you, like, yeah, buy Bitcoin and stack Bitcoin, what else do they say at these like 8-hour a day long conventions? You know, do they just chant like, we love Bitcoin the whole time? I don't understand. Hey, there could also be some flooding problems up in the Northeast. Some nasty rain coming Saturday, so be on the lookout for that, Northeast. I don't think we've had a hurricane in the Gulf that hit America since 1986 or some shit, Debbie. Anywho, Andy Hazelton, looking at the large-scale pattern next week, he thinks that the MJO pulse is going to lead to possibly a hurricane in the Pacific affecting maybe Mexico and not the Gulf of Mexico. But like the hurricanes used to hit the USA in June a lot, like 100 years ago or something. And most of them hit Texas. So I got to say, if somehow something does develop in June, Texas, we will be watching. Oh my gosh, so many people on the internet and personally to me have expressed fear about the AI in the last week. A lot of the fear publicly has been about how it's going to lay off like 20% of all employees in America over the next 2 to 5 years. That's crazy, right? Anyway, that's what everybody voted for. They're like, we want them to get to AGI as soon as possible, because that's going to be good for all Americans and all human beings, or whatever. Everybody survived this rock slide in India. So that's good news. Although, I wonder what kind of car insurance they have. And remember, if you're a bad guy, you got a better chance of them making a movie about you than you do if you're a good guy in the modern age. Strange days indeed. Mario Nawful. Dead whales keep showing up in San Francisco, and no one knows why. 6 gray whales just washed up dead in the Bay Area in 1 week, and scientists are stumped. Huh. And that must really piss off Californians, because we know how much they hate blubberous creatures. As a fat people joke. Maybe it wasn't the proper time or place for it. Anyway. Maybe it's a placebo effect, but only 10 days until Jupiter enters tropical Cancer, and hopefully things get better then. You got major, massive, horrible wildfires popping off in Canada. And I really, 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 really want to make a video about the new planet they found, 2017, OnlyFans 201. So hopefully, whatever hater hackers always obstruct my shit will let me make videos, edited videos again. That would be great. Please, Jesus, God, Holy Spirit, can you help? But on the maybe hurricane thingy, Dadabu, the Florida Wave Master, says this is our first hint at the round the quarter pattern. So we will keep watching. Remember, technically, hurricane season starts Sunday. You know? Okie dokie. Oh man, I just screwed it up. What we're looking at here is the skull of Satoshi Nakamoto, who supposedly created and founded Bitcoin. I want to say again, I've been in the truth community since 2012, and back in 2012, everybody was like, the devil will try to release a one world currency. Fast forward to 2016, everyone's like, hey, have you guys heard about this one world currency called Bitcoin? It'll save us all. All right. Here, Volcanoholic is showing us the before and after images reveal of the devastating impact of the partial glacier collapse of the village of Platten, Switzerland. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Here we're looking at some of those substorms that were causing Aurora. This is over Calgary. Did you know that Xi Jinping's daughter goes to college at Harvard and lives in Massachusetts? Or she went to Harvard and she lives in Massachusetts. That's interesting. We had another M-class solar flare to kick off your weekend. Speaking of China, China is very upset about the Golden Dome that America's about to build for space defense. And then Trump is mad about them jacking around with tariffs. Michael Ferragamo, I guess he's like grandson of the Hulk, because that was Lou Ferrigno. Well, they kind of sound the same. Hurricane landfalls in the U.S. in June aren't super rare, but it's been a while. The most recent June hurricane strike to the U.S. was Bonnie Blue, 1986. Our current stretch of 39 years is by far the longest stretch without a U.S. landfalling June hurricane. And did you know 19 hurricanes have been recorded to make landfall in the U.S. since 1851 in the month of June, including one major hurricane. Interestingly, Texas accounts for nearly 58% of all June hurricane landfalls, with a total of 11. So yeah, the odds of us getting hit by a hurricane in June are still pretty low. But it's totally possible. And even a major hurricane in June is possible. What you do is you pray for the best and prepare for the worst. I don't know, man. I feel like 2025 is beating my ass in every way possible, almost. But I'm still grateful and optimistic. Hopefully the good part of the year comes soon. Fear not. Elon says we'll have millions or billions of humanoid robots everywhere, and they'll be like $1, so you can own like 20 robots for $20 or some shit. I don't know. Yesterday, the storm in Austin was straight out of the day after tomorrow. 97 degrees 1 minute, and then 10-inch deep piles of hail the next. Absolutely insane. Hey, we got a newly discovered comet, C2025 Cool 1 Atlas. Will be a northern hemisphere gem for much of the rest of the year. making two close approaches to Earth, 0.58 AU in August and 0.40 AU in November. It could be a naked eye object. Most of the time, comets totally disappoint. But I don't know, sometimes. But usually when they don't disappoint, they're a bad omen. All right, we'll stay tuned for that one. And with all the countries fighting all the time, they support each other a lot less when it comes to natural disasters than they used to. So hopefully Canada's hanging in there. GFS ensembles have the strongest support for some development in the Western Caribbean. And then there's the Madden-Julian oscillation pulse of moisture around the same time frame. So stay tuned. Boom, boom, boom. Mount Lewitok in Indonesia erupting. Cows were evacuated by helicopter in Switzerland. The Philippines had a minor phreatic eruption from the Taal volcano. All right, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to pray I get some type of contributions or donations today because I really need them. And then we're all going to stay cool and do our best to have fun and have a great weekend while staying aware of everything. The next 10 days could be crazy and volatile for everybody and everything, everywhere. Or they could be awesome. That's life. God bless everyone. Stay cool. Talk to y'all soon.